Nifty. Alrighty. So, fortunately, I got everything set up before the song was over. Otherwise, I'd go pretty stupid. I am. So, oh, except I didn't do that. That going. That way, we're actually capturing the correct thing. Get everything properly. Whoa. Microphone wasn't picking up what I was saying there for a minute. You alright? Okay. We're just gonna get right back into this. I'm sure the usual crowd, massive quotation marks, is gonna show up eventually. I only woke up an hour ago. Spooky as pets.
As long as you
Now, because
stay out of the big guy's way, you should be fine.
no thing. Now, must be said that well, something must be said. Whoa! How to narrowly avoid falling to your doom. I'd rather be playing Doom. Where's the head crabs? Always a bunch of little head crab buggers that come in here and screw with my couch. Talking of like little head crab buggers. Did it? What? Why is it doing this now? Can we just save my stuff, please? Instead of resetting that every time? That's very bizarre. At least it's not auto-firing like it was yesterday. That would have been... yeah. Anyway. Speaking of annoying buggers, like head crabs, I was playing I Divine Cybermancy, which I briefly showed last time. For the sake of just kind of, well, demonstration of what I was talking about at the time. And I was actually kind of getting into it. Like, maybe not the story, because the story is characteristically, almost infamously bonkers ass. It doesn't even make sense in its native language. But but I found myself actually kind of enjoying the gameplay. You know, that thing that you're supposed to enjoy games for? We're gonna bust this thing in the head with a crowbar. Anyway. I was actually kind of enjoying it for once, which was interesting. But I wouldn't say that it was great. It's got all of its foibles intact, and it's a big old pain in the butt. Like, this thing. Head crabs should honestly just, realistically speaking, head crabs should die to 1 9 minutes. Oh no, they spawned in next to a bunch of explosives. And nobody ever is surprised. Hey, at least we get more dynamic lighting. I'm obsessed with it. Oh yeah, I want to pick something up and show this off. Although, it might be pre-baked. I mean, it's a fixed light source. They can get away with it without it being too obvious. Oh, crap. I'm reminded of instances of OG Half-Life of that soldier popping over the freaking railway. Like, damn, son. And then he takes half my health, and I'm like, wait, I'm not even to the hard part yet. Taking care of business. Now I'm actually going to use the Magnum at this point, because I don't remember many cases at all where I actually this freaking thing. And it is a powerful weapon if you know how to use it. I think it's best for everybody if I just use the powerful tools at my disposal. Prevent myself from a bad day. Talking bad days, the second we get into any kind of skirmish with these However many turrets there are. Bunch of soldiers gonna come around the corner. Get real friendly. Really? Didn't see me before. Do it this way. There's hound eyes and stuff later on in this exact freaking level. Reckon if I just run up and like grab it, I could throw it before it's a problem. I am hungry. I want some lasag. I am amazed as a frickin' Daytona turtle that actually... When I say Daytona turtle, I mean turtle that's participating in Daytona. I grew up in the South. Now there's plenty of... There actually is a fair amount of places to heal up. Like, you're not completely up a creek, but it is a difficult fight. I'm actually gonna quick save it. I was gonna say Leroy Jenkins, but it's more like Clint Eastwood. I don't know. I normally come in here with just a machine gun and a bad attitude, but it actually seems to be working. Because I've never really used the Magnum in Half-Life. Any of them. But I guess you have to get chest shots. That's probably always been my issue. What up? There's a guy back there. Be careful with me. I've fallen for that trick way too many times. Oh, I got those two. Alright. That is technically all I've got, though. Oh, we're actually good health. I'm gonna leave these supplies. I'm not gonna mess with this. We can get through the rest of this section without losing much health. So I'm gonna keep this pretty much intact. We're gonna come up, we're gonna raise some hell, and deal with it that way. About to get a rapid succession of hound eyes. I'm stuck! I do not like the hound eyes. Like, those large groups of them that just occasionally show up. Like that. Run past you, you get stuck, and... Damn. Don't like thing. That's our exit point. Now, they changed this around a little bit. It didn't used to be this dark, for one thing. They made it so you have to turn on the power. So I could see how that fight that I was just in could potentially cause an even bigger headache to a new player. This flare. This flare has dynamic shadows too. I freaking love this game. This is just a tech demo of everything I love about the Source engine. And a good demonstration as to the laziness of other devs. Because it's, while you do certainly want to optimize your PC ports, there comes a point where you optimize it on the high end and then just push it farther. Let's just see how far you can push it. How far can you push the technology? And once you have answered that question, once you've well, whatever. Alright. This part's annoying. Less annoying if you just do that. Fortunately, now I don't have any rifle grenades. And we're probably going to have to do the 6-shooter sisterhood all over again. I normally throw grenades over the horizon to see if I can kind of take care of it that way. Hey, these guys powered up. They got some experience points. Call of Duty. Can't fool me. I know there's more of them. Funky fart. Oh, there he is. Okay. So while I'm not convinced they're all dead, could easily be one around the corner somewhere. I think that was just about it, and this is why I was saying leave the health. I mean, it's not like I could have picked up every scrap of health anyway, but there's also plenty of supplies, if I remember right. Like shotgun. Gun rounds, this barrel's in the way. True to Half-Life 1. Not every box has everything. But untrue to Half-Life 1, they actually have those labeled health crates now. Takes some of the guesswork out. And I do apologize if my voice is a little bit weirder than usual. I have sort of jury-rigged solution to my hot room problem, so there might be some additional background. I forgot there was grenades in. That would have helped. No rifle grenades, though. I still have full magnum ammo? What? Very strange. Like, I legitimately find it strange. Like, I will sort of just not use a weapon or something in a game, and then I'll use it a different time. Like, oh, this time I'm going to use the most powerful weapons or the most difficult weapons or something, like whatever, and it turns out that they're like the best weapons and they're balanced really well. Because that was kind of the same way with BioShock Infinite. Like, I never used the hand cannon, I didn't use the shotgun. Then on like second or third playthrough, I went in and basically just used the hand cannon and the shotgun and those sort of like really powerful but difficult weapons. And it turned out that if you oh, I heard that. I heard him say frag out. Okay. Magnum has its drawbacks. And I have discovered most of them. Damn it. I feel I could have done that one a whole lot better, but I also vaguely remember there being suit battery and some other stuff. Well, that. This is casual play. Casual corner. Oh. Hang on. That did it. Handle with care. Really means I was hoping it was soup battery, but it's not. There's one mod I think would be kind of cool to have. And that's to bring back the M4 from the HD pack. I mean, I didn't like the M4 being in the game as much as the MP5, but I think it'd be kind of cool.
I'll just slow you down.
M4s are pretty short. Ooh. I picked up my drink and bumped my right mouse button, which would have ended in basically blowing myself up. In this lighting, it basically removes textures. That's very bizarre. But if you step from behind the window, they come back. What a trickster! Okay. So we have to run in here like a bat out of hell. Turn on all the power. Fortunately, he's too stupid to actually do anything about it. And you come up here and then you're like, boom, what you gonna do when they come for you? And then it goes, boop. The Gargantua is no more. Now, original Half-Life had jibs for the Gargantua as well, but then Valve was like, oh, people get stuck on the giblets, though, then they, instead of just disabling collision, they took the giblets completely out. Disclaimer, I could also be completely misremembering that. Oh, looky here. Perfect. That actually worked out far better than expected. We're going on a rail with full health and full armor. This is a rare moment indeed. Yeah, last time we were here, we were getting waylaid by the Gargantua. Now we're here after killing it. A glorious day in the neighborhood. Glorious day for a neighbor. This tram, I believe, does not have dynamic lighting, because stupid. Oh, I have to... Hang on. Okay. I saw that there was like a box of shotguns next to that gun or something. Miles per hour. Yes. I vaguely remember that being like a little digital speedometer in a previous update. But I guess they dialed it back.
You're supposed to take this old rail system up to some sort of satellite delivery rocket or something. I don't know where it is exactly. The old guy was so worried about getting out alive, he didn't think to stop and tell me. Anyway.
So he went to a satellite delivery system.
So when you find the rocket,
the house, basically. He went to your mom's house.
you'll have to get
She gonna have a good time.
and launch it yourself. He said something about a Lambda team needing the satellite in orbit if they were ever going to clean up this mess.
You don't have to wait on him.
I'm going to stick around and help any other stragglers.
You just walk in there, open the gate, and continue on. Or you could open the gate, blow his head up, and then go on. Which I have done more than once, much to the game's chagrin. But added dynamic lighting now because it can. Which I suppose it was having to render multiple light sources the previous one, so it's more of a... It was a memory saving thing. But you can tell just by looking at it that it's a proper spotlight. Whereas that's not. Now the original honor... Seriously? Can't get a break from those things for even a moment. But the original honor rail was one of my least favorite parts of OG Half-Life. Just because man, it was basically going around in circles for 30 minutes. In time, I remembered where to go, and it didn't take me long, but good grief, for the longest time, it was the slowest, most annoying chapter. I bet if I sat down and played it again, I would have trouble just remembering. I didn't want to get caught by the barnacle. I was more interested in whatever. Whoa. OG Half-Life, there was supplies in the water. But I'm not going to hedge my bets on that being something that actually is. Or in this one. Oh. There he is. Figured he'd have ammo or something. Too bad there's not money in this game, otherwise every corpse would have money on it and you get that Skinner box effect all over it. Also, I think, I don't think Black Mesa has the railways as electrified, whereas the original On a Rail did. That's nice. Go about this a little slowly. Kind of reminds me of like Silent Hill 3 or something, because you got these grates and things crawling around. Not what I meant to grab, but oh gosh, I can crouch. Completely forgot about that. Bitch. Ow! Okay, maybe I am the... I am the bitch and the bitch one. Okay. That sucked. I apologize for that performance. I wasn't even thinking. Not thinking straight. Get out of my way, traffic cone. Something else I think in Brutal Half-Life, everything would occasionally just get stuck. Completely cactused. Okay. We got several problems going on here. Including my phone going off. I saw a head crab there. It was just part of the architecture. But again, I do emphasize, I find it, On a Rail is just one of my least favorite bits. This version is okay, but this bit up here, I find myself in a state of, I don't know if I keep saying the word perpetual or not, but I find myself in kind of a state of perpetual stuck as hell. I'm also really glad they made it so the flashlight is of an infinite amount. That would make things horrifically annoying otherwise. Something else you may notice, the only spot, or the spot where the cable is illuminated by the only red light underwater. So they sacrificed artistic consistency for the sake of ease of use. Even though I think most people could figure out what was going on by the fact that they would see the plug underwater and then go, huh, there's a plug over there. But then again, I'm pretty sure I've been confused by less. I hate the fact that can hurt you through the floor. smells like supplies. Small capacity. Probably something down there too. Not going there. What the? That might be the first time I've ever actually seen a head crab zombie get eaten by a barnacle. I like it. The pizza is a lie, of course it is. Got more pistol ammo, though. Nice! Now, I remember there being a bull squid. I think I remember something spawning in somewhere else as well. Sitting there taunting me. Well, now what? Did I not? Oh, I never turned the power back on. Kind of want to shut those doors too, because I think something like immediately starts happening. Kind of like that. Head crabs. Everywhere I go, these freaking things just, they're everywhere. More of them here than in like the rest of Half-Life. He said, with a lot of hyperbole, because obviously not true. Okay. Stick with the workhorse. Something stuck to me. Oh, I don't even want to be on here for the elevator of stupid. Oh, shit. Oh, brilliant. I mean, you can get rid of the turrets before you even see them. Guess that's not a skill I learned today. Blew up the boxes, though. And probably threw whatever was on that down there, which I know there's grenades and other things you can get. Ooh. HE grenades. About to say, am I gonna fail every grenade throw? The answer to that would be big fat stinking no. Easiest way to get rid of a turret. Use the Magnum. But, then again, you may not always have the Magnum, so... As I'm discovering, ammo for it is a bit more plentiful. Actually, wait, go back. Go back, please. Let's back up the friend train. Friends in reverse, friends in reverse. Thank you. That 5 health will come in great handy. Great handy was also my nickname in high school. This is awkward. You, me, in the loading screen. Oh, shit. Get on a leaf. Get up! I don't actually remember what comes next. Although I see HE grenades. So it's about to be a military exercise. And the exercise is also death. That was just one. Whoops. Oh well. Okay. So now what? Where do we go? What do we see? Nice. Got a health pack there if we need it. Ah, we're at this bit. There's gonna be a bit of a war going on for a little bit. They're not especially interested in you. I don't want to be... Ugh. May have been a bad idea. Come on, bre. Now, I don't actually know if the AI recognizes trip mines as much in this one. I mean, I've never really been big on recognizing trip mines, so that sounded like it was implying that Half-Life 1 ever did, but... Nope. They're hiding from something. You can't pick up what you drop off, so... I set up this very lovely trap here, and nobody wants to use it. I hate that. I hate all of you.
Just when I
Whoa.
was starting to feel lonely. Sounds like the troops are fixing to throw you a surprise party. Better clear your dance card, Slick.
Yep. That's a very southern thing, is saying fixing to do something. You don't really hear that anywhere else. Now, this guy's not going to live very long, so we're going to leave him here for just a bit. Purely for the purposes of exploration. What the... How long has that been there? Hang on. Just found something new. Or at least something I've never seen before. Holy crap, I just found something I've never seen. Ain't this nifty. Okay, with the broken crates, makes me think I've been here before, wherever it is. Okay. This put me in a place that's strategically advantageous. Not really. That didn't end anywhere near as well as it should have. We done? First aid station. I think that died. Okay. Sit rep. I'm not a fan of that shortcut. Because really, you're subject to being down range of a 50 cal, which is always annoying. But sort of what you get in lieu of, you know, like surprise attacks or anything like that, you could just headshot with a magnum, and it's not even exceptionally difficult to do that. And then you can, you get the headshot with a magnum, and you just walk up to it, basically. I guess. I'm sure that has advantages that I'm not seeing. Okay, now you're coming with me.
I got your back.
Not gonna be, you know, the most amount of help. But a little bit's better than nothing. Especially since I can't remember exactly what goes on. Where you at, bro?
I'll secure this area.
No, I want you to follow me.
Why not? I didn't want to die alone anyway.
Thank you. Now, we are going up there, but,
We should
Now
probably
you-
get our asses in gear, Doc.
dude, look. I know what I'm doing. I just don't remember this exact architecture.
Hey, look up there!
Now, I vaguely I think the SMG... Oh, Lord. I think the SMG and the 9 and the pistol do, like, the same damage. It's just, obviously, this one shoots a lot faster. Again, I hate those damn things. Where'd he go? Alright, fortunately, sort of back up to where we were. I think this next bit is the rocket silo, which was just sort of an aside in Half-Life 1, but in this one, it's its entire, it's its own sequence, which I kind of like. Kind of like. I gotta get the tram. Alex. That's either a flashlight or an HE grenade. Or suit battery. Oh. Something tells me I'm about to hurt my friend. Hey, you just stay where you are. I'll come to you.
I sure hope you know what you're doing. Let's roll.
Oh, we can ride on the tram. That's frickin' sweet.
I got your target right here. You should see. You should see the other guy.
Brody. It's actually kind of different. Like, I actually think this is way different.
This place is a lot bigger than I thought.
Yeah, it's kind of
Don't.
over enthusiastically large. My frame rate just died. I'm just trying to take care of problems before they show up.
It just got quiet real fast.
Launch platform console remains locked until all work platforms are lowered.
Here. And, watch your step down there, yeah?
Oh, sure, you stay up here and leave the dirty work to Gordian Freeman. Oh. The obvious way. I don't know what the hitboxes are for the railings, but it seems like I'm hitting nothing a whole lot more. Actually, eating. That fool just went to the Shadow Realm. Or maybe I killed him and didn't notice. Whoa. Bad luck, Jeeves. Okay. A lot of dead body. Where's the ladder? I'm looking for a ladder. Oh. Yeah, always remember to do that. I'm thinking it's gonna be a bit of a grenade night. Are you Hank Hill? I'm gonna kick your ass. Whose fault is it? Yours or the machine? I want to know whose ass to kick. Whoa! What happened there? Alright, all this crap is in the way. Half expected there to be like a head crab or something. Pop out of nowhere, just be like, boo! Kick-a-boo. Physics engines. Oh, that's stupid. All right. There certainly seems to not be soldiers down here. Nice. Four for four. Everything just kind of clips through this particular kind of floor, apparently. Which I can't say is a huge complaint, because at least it gets everything off screen. Or off rag. Yeah. Which I imagine they did that so I guess there weren't any weird conflicts or something. Maybe the sequence would break. Okay, well this elevator's freaking fast. Like, hey, let's not waste players' time. Let's just get him back up there. Now, did my buddy survive or no? I would really like some help.
You should see. You should see the other guy.
Oh, what happened to you?
Attention, all personnel.
Hang on. Well, what happened to you? I mean, obviously you got shot. I don't even see. Oh wait, that's the first. That's the guy that fell. Was the guy that shot him? Oh, he could eat. He could eat the feet. Whoa. Now one of these bits coming up is kind of easy to cheese ball. There's a bit where a bunch of soldiers go alongside your tram, and it's like this epic chase sequence, but I think, if I remember correctly, you can cheese ball it. And do this much like we did last time. This to me just makes more sense. Then the tram up, go on our own way that way. The obvious doesn't happen. That way they think somebody is coming up. But in reality, it was me, Dio. And I was really stretching for that one. Oh. So they're gonna keep going. Not much gonna happen. I don't think they get off their tram. No. There's one thing I always forget about, and that is there is definitely HE grenades up here somewhere. That's a rocket. I kind of wasted that. Oh. That was the point. Probably even magnum bullets for all I know. Why was I just scoring a whole bunch of hits with the magnum on that one bit, but I'm having to shoot him twice again? That was the reason why I wasn't using the magnum for all those other playthroughs, is because you'd have to shoot him twice, and it's a slow firing gun. So, point. Pretty sure that clipped him. Some guys come up from behind. That's one thing I do remember very vividly now. I've gotten hit pretty hard many times from them. So the future me might need to start setting up a trip mine back there specifically for that. And for whatever reason, they give you a lot of health around here. And well, I sort of know why. Because the upcoming fight is going to be a bit annoying. But at the same time, like, Half-Life, people praise Half-Life for, you know, having the, just like a traditional health system and stuff like that in the face. I think even Half-Life Alex had, you know, the kind of traditional health system instead of generating health. But it's like, I think Yahtzee once said that the appeal of health packs and stuff like that is you can things get tense and exciting when you're, you know, on your last legs and you have to sort of go forward on your last 2 health points and whatever. Half-Life resets you very often. So while I see what he's talking about, there's also a whole lot of, well, Half-Life resets you basically to your standard form after every fight, too. Hulkamania, brother! Wait, now it just got quiet. I like the fact that there's no sniper around here. That was something about OG Half-Life that always annoyed me in this particular bit. You emerge from being underground all this time, only to then just la 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 la, and then half your health is gone. No, you're fine. You're fine, George. Math is, or your schoolwork is more important than any of this stuff anyway. I mean, whatever you miss will still be there, available to watch. So maybe you won't see it live, but, I mean, you'll see it. You missed, yeah, the only thing I think was worth watching was the bit in Power Up where there's that one, how do I describe it? It's a bit before you actually power everything on, and you have to go lower. Well, you'll see it, but there's this bit that always gives me trouble, and I ended up just absolutely massacring everything with a Magnum, which I've decided to start using because I never use the Magnum in Half-Life. Very rarely. I think the only time I ever did use it was in Brutal Half-Life, because it's overpowered and it doesn't have anywhere. I think you could carry like 90 rounds for it or something like that. Some kind of ludicrous number. So I would really only use it at Zen, but I would use it the entirety through Zen. What am I talking about? What? Keep hitting both buttons at the same time and he's not shooting. So I've just kind of decided I'm going to start using the Magnum a little bit in this playthrough. Of course, my frame rate's kind of lost a little bit. Oh, math study. Where's he? I've never been good at studying, obviously. I blew his nuts off. Oh, blew his nuts off too. I got one bullet, and I know exactly who it's for. This bullet's got a name on it. I'm probably gonna forget it though, so. This bullet's got a name on it. Too bad I can't read. This fight's always a bit of a melee for me. Oh, I forgot about the freaking machine gun nest. Who are you? Why am I stuck? Okay, I got stuck and died. Oh, what a great place to start. Okay. Got it, buddy. I know he said throw in a frag, but I'm gonna chance it. Ah, shit. Oh! Cool! Probably should take care of him first. Okay, who's shooting at me? You! Stop it! Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, now stop it. What the? Okay, now it's quiet. Oh. Okay. I've seen better results from atomic bombs, so... Okay. That bullet still got an aim on it. I almost used it, though, because I was like, ugh. Okay. So... sit rep. Fortunately, like I was kind of talking about before, is people praise Half-Life for giving the limited health and all this stuff where you have to actually like survive on the health you're given. But I went from having like 15% health to 100, 100 after a difficult fight. Now, granted, this isn't Half-Life. This is Black Mesa, which, you know, small differences aside, they do matter. Imagine training your whole life just to die by a man in it with shooting guns you got out of nowhere. That's how I feel about playing GTA 4 online. It's like I've been playing this game for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours, and then some nub cake with a freaking family sedan comes and just runs over me. And it's like, well, should have seen that coming. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Whose name is on this bullet hoe? I missed! Okay. I vote grenade. Yeah. If one of them actually comes back here. This is the first time I've ever... What the... This is the first time I've ever actually ended up that bad. Wow. Okay. I apologize for my performance just then. That should have been a nothing. That should have been an absolute ball of nothing, and I turned that into absolute crap.
Satellite launch system activated. 20 seconds remaining.
Now, they changed this sequence a little bit throughout some of the updates. And there's one change that I think they made that was for the worse.
9,
Albeit it made the game run a little better.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Evangelion. Okay. I don't know, those numbers and everything just kind of remind me of Evo a little bit. Okay. Look at this. Okay, well, Source Engine, but dynamic lights. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty, kind of. But that smoke trail that it's leaving behind in really early versions of this, or earlier versions, I can't remember if the free mod had it, but that smoke trail would stay on in the level for so long. I never had the patience to even time how long it was there, and you just don't really see that. Like now it's just a couple smoke plumes that I guess linger for a similar amount of time. But that was always something that I really liked, was I'd get to this bit and it's like, yeah, the frame rate just went to shit, but at least it had a lot of smoke trails. I'm a sucker for particle effects and lighting and stuff like that. It's like the texture work, you know, I can live without. Like things like texture work is one thing. I mean, you got games like can't think Wind Waker. My God, Zelda Wind Waker. Nothing is textured, but the game looks good today because its art style is good. And then Wind Waker HD came out and gave it better lighting, and then it looked even better, sort of. A lot of bloom. Versus Twilight Princess, which had more realistic textures, and well, that didn't age as well. And Twilight HD could really only do so much. So yeah, and it's one of the reasons why Half-Life 2 still looks good. Because its art style, because it's very distinct. Visually distinct. But we already know this because I played through the entirety of it. I think there's another head crab around here or something, but I'm less inclined to care simply because we have full health and ammo. No, we don't have full ammo. Missing some Magnum rounds, but... get over here. I can almost forgive the lack of Magnum rounds just because we're gonna get the crossbow. Bye. What's around here? I'm doing this so I don't have to go, you know, have to shoot at them from way beneath a bunch of freaking water. I have to navigate that. Oh. Oh, what do you know? I used all my magnum rounds. That's what I was going to use just then. Ah. Something I was talking about at the very start of the stream, which you weren't here to see, George, was I've decided not to play that other game, the I Divine Cybermancy. I've decided not to stream that because that would literally be the most boring thing you've ever seen in your life. I sat down and I was going to play a little bit of it yesterday, and I did. Well, actually, I played like 6 hours of it, but I sat down and I sat down to play it, and I played enough of it to know that basically every mission takes like 2 hours to complete, and it I don't, the story is a mess, and I've not played, I'm not familiar enough of it to speed it up. I basically just went into it with the goal of testing it and walked away thinking I can't commentate on it. Most boring hold by... Okay, well, depending on the book, because, I mean, all school books are boring. School books are boring, but they're gonna teach you something. I mean, even if it's what you don't like. But I learned the hard way that sometimes the things you don't like are the things you wish you had paid more attention to. Because when I was still in school, I absolutely despised history and stuff like that, history and literature. Well, basically, I despised everything except grammar and composition. But there was, I really wish now that I paid more attention in history and in, like, biology and everything else. Although I think I remember a little bit more about biology than other subjects, but I always kind of wish now that I paid more attention to the subjects which are more helpful when you're trying to write and create worlds, or realistic worlds, because knowing history is the easiest way to learn from it and create worlds that have believable, like, social and political turmoils and outcomes and wars and all this other stuff. So, egg on my face. Oh, I got a high explosive grenade. I didn't waste it after all. He's right behind me, isn't he? Oh, I blew his shoulder off, but this is the source engine, so the shoulder is still intact. I make fun of the source engine. It's one of my favorites, though. It's like, if I had to pick a list of favorite engines, you'd obviously have the Unreal Engine on there somewhere, but I ultimately think the source engine's my favorite. At least in terms of the number of games made on... well, if I went by number of games that I love made on an engine, it'd probably be Unreal Engine 3. Okay. Well, we're here now. And this is one of those parts of the game where I think I'm going the right way, but I'm probably not. Oh yeah, I am. Vaguely recalled. This is where we're supposed to go. Oh. He says, this is where we're supposed to go, and then immediately questions to himself, is this where we're supposed to go? Yeah. Somewhere around here you could get free crossbow bolts and apparently high explosives. Cool. I did not know that. Mastery of these games is just kind of remembering where all this random crap is. Like, oh, I know I'm gonna get more grenades up ahead, so I can start using grenades. Well, I can certainly tell you I'm starting to learn after half a dozen playthroughs. Flammable, keep fire away. Natural gas. This gives you all the warning signs, but if you turn it on, fire comes out. So it's like, here's the obvious valve that'll burn your tits. Here's the sprinkler control valve, which prevents that from happening. Ain't that nifty? Move! Of course, in the past, I think I used to just run through it anyway and tank the damage. Could have used a spotlight there. I almost didn't see it. Well, actually, what I'll do is, because it's such a fascinating game, almost on it in its weird way, is once I'm kind of done with Black Mesa, I will actually load up I again and just kind of play a little bit from where I left off.
They claim it was hauled from the Challenger Deep, but I'm positive that beast hasn't swam in terrestrial waters until a week ago. There is a tranquilizer gun in the shark cage, but I'm not sure it would work on this particular species.
It didn't occur to me.
Welcome to try your hand.
I watched a playthrough of Half-Life that explained that line in a way that I didn't realize, which is the resonance cascade, which started all this, happened, I'm gonna say, under 24 hours ago. Like, this stuff hasn't been going on for any longer than a day, and he said that this, the Ichthyosaur, or whatever it's called, hasn't swam in terrestrial waters until a week ago. The Black Mesa has been messing with these aliens for more than a little time. But the snarks, there's really only a couple instances when I ever use the snarks. Like there's one instance, well, at least in Brutal Half-Life, they were really fun because they actually had a chance to crash the game. Aye. Come get some. I like the fact that thing dies actually kind of quickly. But, the snarks, there's that bit, on, I can't remember if it's during surface tension or afterward, where you're crawling through the vent and then the soldiers shoot out the vent. In OG Half-Life, you know, you can still stay in the vent, and I would just throw a bunch of snarks down there, wait for the chaos to die down, and then clean up the mess. In this one, I think, because they changed a little bit of the game, or at least how parts of it operate, they shoot the vent down, so you have to go down there and fight them. So I can't really use that strategy, but I use the snarks, not really, but, you know, on occasion. It occurs to me that I could say most sentences with about half the word count. I talk way too much and yet not at all. But then again, I have something of a personality suited apparently, toward politics in the sense that I can talk for hours without saying anything, but when I need to say something, I overcomplicate it, and everybody, it's just like, dude, what? Only I know what I'm talking about because I'm the only one who knows how to make sense of it. Whee! Lick my nut, lick my nut, lick my nut. Okay. I did that sequence entirely wrong, but I just wanted to see if I could get away with it. But I'm Gordon Freeman. Of course I can get away with it. I could slap a dinosaur on the behind and get away with it. Ooh. Well, now what? Oh. Well, what sense does that make? Remove the ladder and then... what? Another example of there just being a lot of freaking bull squids. Well, I think that was in the original Half-Life too. I'll say this. The bull squids in OG Half-Life were really only a danger if you were up close to them. At least in this one, they're a threat from a distance. Like they're supposed to be. Ow. Piss off. You know, I was gonna actually install Half-Life 1 again and just show or demonstrate Brutal Half-Life a little bit because I love Brutal Half-Life, but I would need to consider which version of it to play because there's the 1.0, which plays like regular it's basically plays like regular Half-Life, but with a whole lot more gore in it. And then there's version 2.0, which changes some of the gameplay. It's really sticky and weird. It doesn't feel quite right. But the violence level is actually kind of impressive. Again, I hate the hound eyes. Those things, ugh, get you in a corner and it just becomes nerve-wracking. Oh, prime minute. You should get rid of the head crabs before we go into this freaking melee. Woohoo! 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 Oh, I was hoping he would get jibbed. Snort. Holy crap, what's this? It's nothing! Insert theme music. Okay.
Gordon Freeman, it is you, isn't it?
No, it's George Washington, but I changed my name recently.
The Black Mesa security system. Unfortunately, so has the military. That suit of yours is full of tracking devices. Still, it's better than going naked in this place. It's cold in there.
Well, I'm so naked I'm invisible. I don't know what you're talking about.
Suit power in a matter of moments. If you're bent on reaching the Lambda complex, then you'll want to keep to the older industrial areas where the security system is full of holes. It's worked for me, so far.
Okay, the first aid kits in this still have the Red Cross. I remember there being a thing recently where Half-Life actually got slightly updated to have green crosses on there because I guess the American Red Cross didn't want their label on games anymore or something? I don't know. Some kind of ridiculous thing. It's probably a faster way to get through that, but that's what we did, so live with it. Getting really close to apprehension, which means that we just need to use all our ammo. Oh. I think they redesigned this room a little bit because he used to just kind of fall into a pile of trash, I think. It's weird how I remember that kind of thing. Ow. Oh, there's more behind me now. Hang on. Okay, we got all kind of problem going on up in here. Senpai's in the bathroom. Wait. Hang on. Let's do this. Behold, the smartest Vortigaunt in the world. See, as he dodges it like the Matrix, or does none of those things and dies. I destroyed the box behind him. Meanwhile, I took one to the face. This is gonna be freaking hilarious. We're going into the ninja fight with nothing but the hair on our nuts and the skin of our teeth.
Freeman, right?
I'm gonna show you how to cheese ball this.
Got a message for you. Make sure you don't.
Balls. I hate the ninjas.
I got a message for you. Make sure you don't.
He'll always die, but you can remove an opponent. I don't think you could do that in the original Half-Life because I'm almost 100% positive that the shot was invisible. Kind of hate this encounter. Actually, we're about to get apprehended. So, we're just gonna do this a cheesy way. We're gonna do some bullshit. Okay. I know there's more, but they like spawn in once you open a door or something. What's that do? Oh, it does that. Ah. You can bottleneck them. Cool. And I think more come out once you open the door. Oh, magnum ammo, cool. A lot of magnum ammo. Give me that sweet, succulent 357. Those doors open, I think. How does me video game? Or is that... Where's the button for that? Oh! The obvious red switch. Clint Eastwood, bitch. Oh. A little bit smarter than me. Actually, I'm smarter than any of them. Because like I said, we can bottleneck them. Oh, this could... Come on here, Soggy. Boom! Oh, come on! Strike. It doesn't really occur to me until times like that just how slowly the grenades fly through the air. In real life, those things like that just, they cruise. Like, if you've ever seen an RPG go, like, destroy a target, we're not talking seconds, we're talking, like, milliseconds. Like, they push a button, and then it just goes, boom, and whatever it is, dead. Or, you know how many times I've tried to see if there was a front or somebody that could actually kill and like change the way that it plays out. That's like one change I wish they made. I don't know how they would have done it or how they would have changed the level or changed the progression or something. I just wish there was a way to get into that fight and actually win and do like an alternate path. Because the new player's not going to know. But imagine if you could just spin around and kill both guys before they get close to you. So things like that. I mean, that's what I think remakes should do a little bit more of, is like slight alterations. Like, what if the person playing the game already knows what's about to happen? What if they could just change something a little? Because it wouldn't change anything about the story. It'd just mean that you could keep a little bit more of your weapons and access parts of the facility maybe earlier. Maybe you could, it would turn into a shortcut, maybe something else. I don't know. I think that's, I wouldn't call it a hobby, but it's something I like to do, is do little design documents as to how I would personally remake a game or something like that. But bearing in mind that sometimes I would like to remake games that I didn't really grow up with. Like, I never grew up with the Sonic Adventure games or anything like that, but I find them kind of fascinating. We have to wait for this to stop doing its thing before we can go in that door. But I've never played Sonic Adventure, but I'm fascinated as to like the 3D Sonic games and how they're all like technically part of the same story, but then there's like, they're like reboots and continuations and resets and all this other stuff. It really is fascinating to me. So if I basically designed an entire document, like, what if I remade the Sonic Adventure games from the perspective of somebody who didn't grow up with them? So the changes would be different, let's just say. Yeah, different perspective. And those are some videos I've thought about producing. It's just like, let's design a remake or something like that. People like these games for these reasons, so let's give them those reasons. I have a crowbar, and I mean I have a crowbar that you've seen a million times before. Head crab dead. I normally just ignore the head crabs here because they're not a threat. Never mind the fact that one just nibbled me bum. Yeah. I was a Nintendo kid. I was not a Sega kid. But I was really only a Nintendo kid because my mom liked Nintendo. And no other reason. Alright, strangely though, because we had Nintendo consoles, it took a long time for me to get into PC gaming. I played a lot of games on the computer as a kid, but just, you know, not like stuff like this. Sorry, had a drink in one hand and I was moving forward with the other. Oh, balls. We're gonna kind of do that trick like we did with the delivery system. Try to get them to kill themselves. Yeah, do it, Jeffrey. Okay, seriously, just eat it. I'll take the hits. I kind of forget about him. He did. I If I didn't distract him, I wonder if he'd go up there and, like, set the barnacle on fire. Huh. Yeah, this playthrough's kind of a first of a few things, because I noticed I found, like, an area. I'd hesitate to call it a secret area, but I found an area that I've never seen before. That security guard on a rail stayed alive long enough to have dialogue I've never heard before. I think it's quite neato that I'm discovering a couple new things. Just 2 of them! Hope whoever invented those things gets head crabs. Just a really, really mean form of lice, I suppose. Okay. So let's do like we... Oh, Lord. Eat it, eat it. The damage is my punishment for getting eaten at all. Problem solved. Series over. Oh, for... That moment when you get eaten by every single enemy and yet you still wonder why nobody watches. Well, all but one. Well, the point in that is to stop the fire from burning a hole in this grate, which you can now use to progress. Now, over the updates, residue processing has gotten a little easier to navigate, but this is still the most confusing navigation in like the entire game. But then again, I kind of remember it being that way in original Half-Life 2. Original Half-Life 2. Yeah. Wish. Okay. No, stay out of the poo-poo. One thing I do like about this area is there's multiple ways to sort of do the same thing. Also, I think this breaks at some point. Yep, there it is. Wait. Damn it, Bobby. What the? Okay. Was the head crab not enough for you, you freaking masochist? Alright. Should have just stepped on that pipe to begin with. My brutal Half-Life days are screaming at me going, you stupid prick. You knew to get on that pipe. You gotta get on that pipe like you mean it. Ugh. Welcome to the zoo. Oh, Lord. Like having to time your physics jumps. First-person platforming is... The only time it's ever really worked is in the free-running games like Mirror's Edge and Dying Light. Actually, Prey 2016 or 2017, that Arcane Studios reboot of Prey, pretty good in terms of its movement controls. In fact, I'd say that Prey, the qualities that that game had, I think ultimately the good outweighs the bad in that game by a small margin. I actually beat that game, and that's the sign of a game that I like is the fact that I beat it. And I did actually complete that, and having never completed a System Shock game before, that was certainly interesting. Why a rotary? Okay. And into the poo water we go. Oh, that's not even slightly open for business. Uh-oh. I mean, maybe we were supposed to go here. But not like this. We're having a Shadow of the Colossus moment. I can't get off of this. No! You fatty. Now I'm just stuck. Okay. Okay. Sit rep. We are now, we become as cat food. Oh. In Half-Life 3, you play as Gordon cat food. Alright. Thought I was about to do it again. Okay. That's the first time I've died to that thing, though, so... Again, first time for everything. Whoa! Huh. My old nemesis, the garbage disposal, which is probably why I died to it. 'Cause I'm trash! Whee! Alrighty. Now we go into the world's largest mix-a-blender. Okay. No! Oh. I didn't need to. Fire. Go under the saw blades. I think that's an air pocket if you need it. Probably needed it. Groovy. Now all that lies between us and victory is a bull squid. Well, this is just embarrassing. Why is it I always get a third viewer when I'm doing something really stupid and just really embarrassing? Like, that's just, no. Always. I think this is timed. We're probably about to get eaten. Whee! Oh. That was not what I needed to... Oh, no. Hey, I think we can do without the bull squid shampoo today. Well, that's off. It's still off, so... Was there something else I needed to do? Oh, we could turn this... Can we turn that on? Okay. I've just completely lost track of what I'm doing here. Okay. Oh, now we have a magnum. Cool. That would have helped with the bull squid. That's not the kind of grinder I want to be near. Oh, I still have some drink left. Tasty, tasty cancer beverage. Alrighty. Oh, fuck you. Now, fortunately, there's aspects of this part, this whole processing chamber thing, which, massive improvement from OG Half-Life because it's possible to avoid all damage. Said possible, not probable. Because it's me we're talking about. My skills lie elsewhere. Typically with driving games. What I should honestly do, like, since, when I get in the mood to stream and stuff like that, I mean, I can sort of relax and just kind of enjoy the act of streaming. Devil may care. Wait, what? This tripped me up last time I played this game because you have to hold this all the way to the end. I was stuck here for like 45 minutes because I couldn't get the door to open. But you have to hold that until the platform is all the way over, and it's no indication that's exactly what it is. Because I was just waiting for the platform to be where I could step on it. But since I'm at least not super concerned, about, you know, viewership and stuff like that. It does, it's slightly disheartening that nobody watches, but then again, YouTube has hundreds of millions of videos, so of course the likelihood of somebody just watching a random dude playing Black Mesa is pretty low possibility. That doesn't really bother me. Right now, it's like I'm gonna be playing the I would be playing this game right now anyway. May as well stream it and have potential conversations, that kind of stuff, and maybe I'll think of something interesting to say. So, one thing I would like to play is GTA 4, because you talk about where my specialties lie. I'm okay at Half-Life, but I've put in hundreds of hours into GTA 4. I can play that game without the GPS on. And not just single player, but I put a lot of time into multiplayer as well, which I don't want to touch the multiplayer with a 10-foot pole, honestly. But it's my favorite multiplayer game, but the PC has so many hackers, it's not even funny. Actually, the Xbox has so many hackers, it's not even funny. So, I would rather just sort of avoid that whole rigmarole entirely. Now, something's here. It's either a bull squid or maybe it's just barnacles. I think it's just barnacles. Yeah. Everything gets thrown into the radioactive poo water. But GTA 4, my gosh, I've played that game so many damn times. I think for a game that has like a 30-hour campaign or story mode, whatever you want to call it, I have probably beaten it, like start to end, probably about 12 times. No, I tell a lie, probably closer to 9, I think. Or 10. I lost count, because I played it through a few times on the PS3, then I played it through a few times on the 360, then I played it a few more times on PC. So, it's just kind of the progression of things. So I could actually sit down and play it, and if I wanted to avoid boring commentary, we could try for an under 20-hour personal speed run. I'll never have a world record on that, but I've never attempted to beat that game in under 20 hours before. So, I think that'd be a few weeks worth of content. Open quotes. Here's some food, doggies! Have it! I tried to switch to a shotgun that I didn't have, so I'm glad none of them are still alive. Damn. Now, one thing I've always wondered, there's something I've always wondered about this part, which is, what if you didn't have any ammo? What would you do? I think there's an alternate, like an alternate, an alternate solution that I might have found in the past, like once, but that may have been how I completed the original Half-Life. Oh, we're actually in my favorite chapter now, and for a very oddly specific reason. Questionable ethics. Like, I was shocked at when I got here in the free mod, because, like, you want to know the kind of lighting and stuff that I adore in games? It's this. This is like System Shock, BioShock, all those games where it's like everything is illuminated by spotlights. And you get this freaking Hulk Hogan looking motherfucker. But, yeah. Ooh, electric, fire, or gas. Now, since there's 4 buttons, and 3 is too predictable, I'm gonna ask my phone to do this. Pick a number between 1 and 4. Okay, well, it didn't say what the answer was, but it said 1. So we're gonna zap him to death. That was the most underwhelming electrocution I've ever seen. Not that I would know what that looked like. But this this is why stuff like MGS2 looks so good. Like, Metal Gear Solid 2 was made in 2001, or was released in 2001. But it had a lot of pre-baked lighting and stuff like that. So there's a lot of these really pretty lighting effects and stuff, even though the game is on a PS2. And, okay, well, they didn't bake any lighting here, but just this. And I guess the overarching reason is there's a memory I have from many, many years ago. It's going to sound a little morbid, but trust me, these are positive feelings in a very weird way. But I remember I remember my grandmother being deathly ill in the hospital. And there's just this bit where I just kind of remember sitting in the lobby, or not in the lobby, but there was just sitting in a hospital way after dark. And it was it was silent. Like, it was this very quiet, low, droning, just this sort of kind of very, I guess the term might be mellow, a very mellow atmosphere. And every time I got to this point in this game, it would just remind me of that. Just like, just a hospital after dark. And for whatever reason, I just really like that atmosphere. We are now going to destroy living things with a Tesla cannon. Well, looks more like a Van de Graaff cannon. Ooh, more blue screens of death. There's the death. Nifty. But this is it's a serene atmosphere, or something. I guess I just don't have the words for it. My vocabulary is very bad when it comes to describing things, but I have pretty insane language knowledge when it comes to stupid stuff. Huh. Wait, hang on. Is there a "you are here" somewhere? Where might this be? Hang on. I wonder, did they think this through? Is this really like a BioShock, System Shock sort of thing where they actually like thought this through? Lab A. Basically, oh, you are here. Go through there, and then I think this is like the snack area, offices, bunch of crap, lobby. Wow, they really did think this through. I'm pretty sure that some of the doors are locked, but this is accurate. That's an accurate map. McLean. Oh, did I? Nope. Okay. Junior, Horn, Foreman, Welsh, Nielsen. I wonder if those are dev names. Okay. There was an update. They made an update once a while ago where it's like, we're updating the lighting engine and stuff like that. They made an announcement saying that they were actively working on atmospheric effects. And they showed this light. And I went to this chapter, and you could move the light. You can push it around, and you could see it swing freely and cause dynamic shadows. Now you can't do that, but if you shoot it, it goes out. So, you know, so much for my adoration. But this is about the point where I started realizing what it was. Because, okay, let's ignore the blood and stuff that's in that room. And just look at this. This just looks like a hospital after dark. And to some people who, if you're aware of what liminal spaces are, I could see how somebody might find this environment incredibly creepy. Like, what should be a populated area is now, like, totally empty, and it's dark. it's after dark. These after dark areas, you have a tendency to look weird. You show me a picture of a mall, like an empty mall with dark corners and stuff like that, and I'll shit my pants. But you show me this, and it reminds me of a memory. It's not a pleasant memory, but it's this memory of just a very quiet atmosphere. So I will now cease talking about, well, I mean, it's better than the lunch I had yesterday. Lol, lol, lol. But I'll stop talking about that. Coca-Cola. Alpine Hue. What? Grape.
It ain't no good up there. It's all sealed off.
I prefer sea lions.
Find someone with scanner access who can open the
And
front door.
every left.
I'm pretty sure there's a few scientists hiding out somewhere in the labs. Maybe with the both of
Yeah,
us looking,
exactly a
down
few
and
of them.
Let us out of here.
Supposed to be 4, but one of them got chopped up and spit out through a meat roaster. I'm only assuming that the audio levels are okay. Like, if the game should be a little louder, just let me know. Scanning the wreckage of the helicopter eastbound. I hate it when textures are blurry. Like, there's, I think it was Shadow of the Tomb Raider. One of those Tomb Raider games. Someone actually discovered that there was a computer monitor that did have a fully written email on the screen, and it was like, if you're reading this, you have too much time. I love that kind of joke. I mean, everyone makes that joke at some point.
Giddy up.
Giddy up. I ain't your freaking riding horse, you know. Lobby. We don't need health. Might be good to have it, though. Gonna use a little bit of Magnum up here to expedite the process. One of the Mortal Kombat games had a joke of, if you understand this, you have too much time on your hands. And that's because it was like the Crypt or something, whatever it was, where everyone you talked to had like reversed voice. And then it was like, if you reverse it, it's don't. Dude.
Find some cover.
Oh, thanks. Good guy shows up there. Told you.
Nice shot.
Really glad I didn't hit the railing. I've done that before. Go ahead and grab the shotgun. Normally, I save every bit of ammo that spawns here. Although, I think they made it so not everything spawns here. There's health and armor, I think, in these bushes. Plus armor over there. We're gonna save those for later because Black Mesa made one change to this that basically creates a small boss fight of sorts. Ooh, crossbow. And shotgun. Move out of it, damn. And here we have a conference room that serves absolutely nothing to the player other than dead scientist and atmosphere.
I don't mean to rush you, Doc, but we should get going soon.
Okay, why are people telling me to rush? Oh, that's another game series. That's a game series I wish would get a remake, a remaster, or something. It's the Rush game. Some of the most fun arcade racing games ever made, Bo. Okay. Come on, guy. Okay, you stay in here. No.
Okay, these things are creepy.
And you're an idiot. Get in here. Get in here. Fool, get your freaking security guard looking blue fanny in
Or
here.
not. I didn't want to
Okay.
Anyway,
You
go on without me.
stay. They're gonna run down here, trigger a bunch of enemy spawns, and then nuke the joint. Okay.
Bring it on.
I'm gonna give you a fair warning. If any of them come up those stairs, you're not walking away. I think we found the real protagonist here, because he did with a pistol what I failed to do earlier with, you know, like shotguns and crap. Alright. And he maintains his orders to stay. Like, he won't stay insofar as, you know, not moving, but he'll stay once he's done with his agenda. Someone had a bad day. Oh. Two shooters, two bodies. I do like having help, though. It's nice. Okay, one thing. I completely forgot about him. It was as shocked to see me as I was of him.
Are we lost?
No. Now, this encounter, I don't know how to get through without taking massive damage. So we're just gonna go through this the way I normally do and accept the consequences of our actions. Or my action. Because he's gonna go down there and fight, you know, the aliens that get blown up anyway. Because that destroys, like, the doors and everything else. It's just nothing short of a buster cluck. Do want to wait. Actually, you stay here.
I'll wait here and help anybody else who comes by.
Debating the best approach here, because if they're at a distance, you want an SMG. Close up, you want a shotgun. If they're pirates, you want a different game. Half-Life doesn't have pirates. What am I talking about? I'll send you an email when I know. It's right there. Garunga! Oh, that's one way to do it. There's a guy with a shotgun comes around the corner over here. Boop. In OG Half-Life, you come around the corner and he's just standing there. In this one, like, he comes to you. Where's my... Oh, my buddy's still back here. I was like, what the hell? Come on, bro.
Let's run like hell.
Come on, bruh. I don't think there's any reason to be in here, so... I do like the fact that I'm actually doing quite well here. In fact, I usually do worse by this point.
Let's see what's down here.
Damn. Oh.
I'll be damned. I think we just found our scientists.
Huh.
Doesn't look like the front door is an option.
Are you
Tell you
kidding?
what, I'll stick around here and keep an eye on them if you want to go find a way to bust.
Of course, we gotta split up and
Too lost, huh?
do all this crap. Oh, I accidentally dodged a head crab. Cool. We'll go ahead and use the health here. Only 8. Bam, bam. You know, in context of Half-Life 2, I feel bad for the Vortigaunts, but the Vortigaunts were some of my least favorite enemies in all of Half-Life. Just in the point of the way they're one of the I don't like fighting them. They be just a little annoying. Now, there's two ways you could go about this. If you're low on health, you could go in there and heal up, but there's a butt ton of head crabs. But I think part of the requirement to get the ethically questionable achievement is this. Experiment gas need feed. But the red lights indicate that there's none, so then you go find this cyanogen chloride. Science wordy word. That in there. Push the button. And then the head crabs all die at the same time. In fact, they basically just explode. The brains all explode. And then you wait 45 years for the gas to clear out so you can go in there and see the Zen landscape. So, I don't remember if the free mod had this. Like, this I think is new. This was new to the Steam release. Yeah, I always talk about the free mod. One of these days I should honestly go back into the free mod, play through it on easy mode because, you know, you are no badass. You're no hero for playing through the original Black Mesa mod on normal mode, which I did. I did actually beat it on normal mode, and it was one of the most aggravating experiences of my life. I think that's the second most I've ever died in a first-person shooter other than Prey. Is Prey 2017 or 2016, whatever it was. That game legitimately killed me more times than I care to admit. Also getting very fine. One of these days I need to get a thermometer to find out how warm it gets in here. And once all the silliness is over, we can step out with the crossbow and take care of the stragglers. There's one thing. I normally played with what was known as the wider weapon field of view, but I actually disabled that mod for this playthrough, so the crossbow scope is more. This is the stupidest fight I've ever seen in my life. Okay, finally, there's an actual fight going on instead of an idiot and a retard both fighting each other. Whoa. How many bull squids are there? That's a lot of bull squid. Hope you enjoy my use of the crossbow, because it's unlikely that I'll use that much more of it for the rest of the game. Turn this on while I'm in the neighborhood. Now, it took me forever to realize that what it's telling the player here is that the, what the hell is it called? The glue-on gun's the Ghostbuster one. What is this thing called? The Tau Cannon. Ugh. Took me forever to realize that the game is telling the player here that the Tau Cannon can shoot through walls. Also, haha, smoking boots. I mean, for the longest time, I didn't actually know that the Tau cannon could shoot through walls. And then just one day I was playing the game, and I was like, wait. Ain't it? Oh, that's different. Seriously, that has to be new. I don't remember saying that. I think the free mod had some real brands like WD-40, but, you know, okay, they had to charge money for it, so they didn't want to do that. But, oh my gosh, that's my kind of joke. These people, my kind of people worked on this stupid thing. Oh my gosh, that's stupid. I love it. All right. Don't need to go in here yet, but I'll go ahead and get myself some charge. And ensure shield is powered before firing laser. Whoops. I hope that doesn't cause any issues later. Nod, nod. Oh, kind of hoping I had a grenade. Oh well. I could see how you might think I wanted to pick up the anus, grab the anus, but not the cup. Either let me grab your anus or the button, the power button, the fun button. Now, for the moment, I don't make the same mistake I always do. Or he just doesn't throw the freaking thing. I must have clicked like 4 times and he didn't throw it. Maybe it's canceled out by Sprint. I don't know. That's why I use T-Mobile. And if you don't get that joke, Sprint is a phone service provider here in the U.S. And so is T-Mobile. That's something, I think it was Cry of Fear. Said something about not having enough phone credits, which is why he couldn't call for something like train or something. And I tried to look up what Swedish phone credits were, and it just linked me to a bunch of phone service providers in Sweden. I was like, that's not answering my question. Oh, should probably stand behind the blast shield. That would help me in these sun shafts. Woo! I call it the BFD. A big freaking wang, as it were. I have this weird combination of trying to be relatively family friendly and also not caring. Like, I'll make the same joke, but I'll just rearrange the sentence. Here's something I don't rare me. What weird's that? Like, okay, what's for dinner? Oh. Human. I do quite like this detail, though. It's just like, we're gonna throw people into a freaking incinerator.
A fellow scientist.
Oh, thank God.
Get us out of here before those military drones figure out where we're hiding.
Brain!
We all have retinal scanner access. If you escort us to the lobby, we can finally get out of this damn lab.
I sort of wonder.
But you'll have to shut down the surgical unit first.
I sort of wonder if there's 3 of them just in case you somehow manage to lose one. But then again, I wonder if there's alternate dialogue or if it'll just do that, you know, like the normal message of failure to protect
Nice work, Doc.
necessary personnel or something like that.
All right, folks, let's get the hell out of here.
The only time in the game you have anything resembling a full squad, and you only get them for 15 seconds, and one time they glitched out. Escorting some science. Homeboy's not coming. Hang on. Are you coming? Come on. I'm not gonna hurt you. In fact, if anything, I want you to come along with me.
Wait! What? What is it? Anyone else think this was a bit too easy? Something's not right. Gordon, you don't mind taking a look, do you?
Oh, I do mind. This is one of the more annoying fights.
I'll cover them.
Oh, Lord. Alright. Hope you're ready to see me die 15 times. Because I'm not. The hell is that? Oh. I had to concentrate there for a minute, and I'm pretty sure there's one other guy. I should have led him on. There he is. Oh! Look! Dropped a flare. Cool. I mean, survive, not thrive.
Look what you did!
Holy shit.
I can't believe what you did!
Well, it's either them or me, Bo.
The facility must be under complete military control.
Now, fortunately, like I said, there's like health and stuff in here if things get really groogy.
If you somehow survive long enough to make it across the base, you'll find the labs where the rest of the science team
Hey.
is sheltered.
I couldn't dare risk venturing out there, but I can inform those of us who remain in the lambda complex that you are coming.
Oh, I'm always coming.
Now, don't go running pell-mell into this bloody war zone.
That's all I do.
The odds
I find a war zone, and I run into it, arms flailing, going.
you may just live to see the lambda labs.
Well, partner, afraid this is where we part ways.
Yeah, for some reason.
Be back a bit and help out these two. You take care of yourself out there, huh?
Probably. Hopefully. Maybe. So. Now, I think there's very little
Gordon,
to go before we get to surface tension, so I suppose we'll go as far as surface tension, or the getting the new chapter before quitting or taking a break. Do need a small break. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, there's that freaking turret. I forgot about that. Ooh. Devil may care. Break all these boxes, get a bunch of stuff anyway. And my brain said there was 2 turrets. Okay. That was the second one. Cool. And get ourselves a bit of a reset here. Even though they have the marked boxes, you still want to break them all because they still hide, you know, like secret health. Well, secret insofar as you can't see it until you do something to cover it. I suppose it's a secret enough. That might have been helpful. This part's fun, because you can actually use your rifle grenades. Like that. Ooh, tasty. Now the other way, which I didn't take, puts you down there, you're at the mercy of the 50 cal, and everybody's got the high ground on you. You definitely want to go through the door. And this 50 cal serves no purpose to you, but you can still mount it. Still, ride it like the last train home. This, I believe, is the start of the chapter Surface Tension. So we'll kind of stop it for the moment. He says as he continues playing for no adequately explainable reason. I was kind of hoping it would blow up the barrels over there, too. Cool. And I used a lot of Magnum ammo, but at the same time, also got some fun use out of that. And I'm glad I didn't use too much towel cannon, because that's going to be necessary. I used that to take down the choppers instead of like, most of the choppers instead of like the RPGs. Which makes me wonder if I use that against that one where the part where you actually get the rocket launcher. That be a little here. Oh, don't want to get too close to that. This fight wasn't, or this whole section right here wasn't even particularly difficult in original Half-Life, but it kind of is here. Like, I have more issues during this part sometimes than some others. Because I think the fence is actually, like, impermeable. Maybe to the crossbow bolts or something, I forget. And they force you to take the truck so that way they can hide enemy spawns and stuff like that. So it's... But the... Something about this remake that's slightly annoying. I think the trigger's on the ground. Lovely. Music's good, though. Bit 90s action movie, but, you know, that's kind of cool. Oh, he was so close to death. I shouldn't have taken that many bullets from him. Oh, here comes more. Okay, I do not have enough shotgun rounds to even slightly do what I'm trying to do there. I can't remember if it's now or in just a moment when that freaking hunter chopper shows up and starts ruining our couch. So, is there a way to climb up there and get something? Forget. Ah! Alright, I need to postpone the high-octane thrills for the sake of secret seeking. Of which there is none to find. Alright, where you at, Bo? Oh, I think you could just use this. Owie! Well, that was a whole lot of mess. They even give you a lot of energy ammo. I think I could have done that better. Could have done that a lot better. Oh well. Some people play Half-Life with quick saves and stuff. I'm not going to reload a quick save just for that. Alright, it's doable. Well, what we got right now is perfectly adequate. And a lot of energy. Like, they really wanted you to use that. As well, I probably could have. I will make it. No, I won't. And there's also an itches sword. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to anyway. I did a little better that time. Not entirely happy with the kind of low suit battery. I think I'm just an idiot when it comes to dodging the chopper attacks, and that's true for later on when we get the rocket launcher. I'm just really bad at dodging. And with the Ichusor, whatever the heck it's called, that's what they kind of did in this game. Is sort of an example of one of the changes that I think were unnecessary, and that is, I don't think you can actually see, like, it. I don't think it actually exists before you get in the water, which kind of means it's supposed to be an obstacle for the player rather than just something that exists. As an OG Half-Life, we're knowledgeable that it existed. Jump in here, shoot it in the titty. Or completely get turned around and lost and probably die to it because my life sucks. You at? What, monkey? I'm gonna reload that. I just do not like taking that much damage from the freaking itch sword. Two ways of resetting. There's dying, and then there's reloading. Ow! Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. Cool image. I had to shut my phone up and do this at the same time. Was I shooting at the shadow? Well, with 2. Keep doing this and eventually we'll end up with 100. Because the AI for these doesn't actually operate the same way as it did in original Half-Life, weirdly enough. Like here, it operates on, like they travel to individual nodes. They're not like a helicopter or something with absolute agency over their own movements. There's like specific travel nodes in the water that they have to go to. Something to that degree. But I think in Half-Life Source, they drove around basically freely. And I don't know why it would be entirely difficult, so difficult, to just port the code. I mean, I guess it's a totally different Source engine build, for one thing. Getting 30 frames per second. This is what it looked like on console. Of course, I'm only streaming in 30 frames per second, so you already know. Or am I streaming at 60? Can't remember. To what extent do I stream? Ugh. I think I'm gonna park my thing and cool off a little bit because my room is like irresponsibly warm right now. I'm gonna save it. I'm going to breathe. If I'm smart, I'll end the stream and come back. But do I want to end it? What comes next? There's the helicopter fight and a bunch of other stuff. That might end up being enough. So I think I'm done for the day. I'll continue either next week or something else. I don't know. So, also, I'm an idiot because I didn't set this the session name to. Wow, I realized that. Well, I'm a dum-dum. Anyway, I'm gonna wind this sucker down, get myself cooled off, do something else. There it is. Okay, so I think yeah, that'll have to be it. Almost at 2 hours 30. It was productive. Got through on a rail, we got through questionable ethics, residue process. Didn't take too long, although we only visited like a tenth of it. That thing extends far beyond the useful area. And now we're in surface tension, so we're getting closer to the chaotic urban warfare that I like so much. Stuff that looks like an actual alien invasion on like a sort of city. Kind of reminds me a little bit of MGS4. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Aliens to a degree. And it's just kind of cool. I like it when Valve does this sort of thing. And they did it again in Anti-Citizen 1 and Half-Life 2, and that was good too. Whew. Perfect. Yeah, I will see y'all later.